Well, actually, not when I was a kid. I mean, now.
When you're an old kid.
Yeah, I hate snakes. You know, and I remember Roy Rogers' movie one time when he was going in this whole nest of snakes to rescue somebody, and of course they were Western. No, these guys are Eastern. Diamondback Rattlers. Make them welcome.
I've been here month stuck in this old city. Folks that have to call it home, and the ones that get in over that homesick. These are the only songs I ever sing. I get out and walk the streets till I get blisters on my feet. I'm southbound. I'm alright, late at night, I'm sitting by my window. I can't sleep, but I can't sleep. Listening to the train blow, I begin to find. Hear that great big engine rolling down the line. I'm going back and spend some time where I can have fun when I ain't got a dime. I'm southbound. She's burning the ground and no, don't leave me. Sure am glad I caught this train. I'm gonna see my baby, Lord, I'm lonely soon. Gonna see those hills that I come from. Listen to the engine rattle and roll, taking me back home once more. I'm southbound. Yeah, I'm alright, late at night, I'm sitting by my window. I can't see, but I can't sleep. Listening to the train blow, I begin to find. Hear that great big engine rolling down the line. Listen to the engine rattle and roar, taking me back home once more. I'm southbound. I'm going back and spend some time where I can have fun when I ain't got a dime. I'm southbound. Thank you. Hey, that's a Merle Watson tune from many years ago. We have a friend who was going to try to be here this weekend. His name is Gary Knighting. He came from Stanton. He lives out in Colorado. And many years ago, Gary's two friends are here. He and I traded records. I had a Townes Van Zandt album that he wanted, and he had Doc Watson's Southbound. And to this day, we both think we got the better idea of that trade. We got something special we would like to do right now. This is the special place to do it. Right time, right place. This is a song that we have been singing since Francis taught it to me about 1968 maybe. And it's really special because, well, a couple of things. First is, I think he's right over here someplace, and we can coax him out. Yes! When you're looking for for a Fed for Harmony. This is our man. And for us to be able to sing this song here tonight in this place with Jeannie Lee right here in the front row, who wrote this many, many, many years ago, this is beyond special. So we hope you like it. This is Conversation.
Is like a rolling ring. Turn it around till you end where you begin. Oh, what's the use of talking when it's all been said before by baritone professors deciphering the lore of man and angels and ever so much more. And damn your words. Keep silence in song if you dare. Blow out each sentence like a candle in the air. I don't want your cocktail chatter, or your canopy of rhymes, or your plagiarized opinions from the New York Times. Just give to me your heart, your soul, and your mind. And damn your words. Conversation is like a rolling ring. Turn it around till you end where you begin.
Thank you. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Jeannie. That song has been so much fun for so long. We're changing job assignments. You're going to give Dean a chance here to sing one for you. It's a Frank Sinatra tune. Back when Frank had his bluegrass band. The Rat Pack Boys, wasn't it? Joey Bishop on the mandolin. Are we ready, boys? I think so. This is called Learning the Blues.
The tables are empty, the dance floor deserted. You play the same love song, it's the 10th time you've heard it. That's the beginning, just one of the clues. You had your first lesson and learning the blues. When you're at home alone, the blues will taunt you constantly. When you're out in a crowd, those blues will haunt your memory. The Nights when you can't sleep, the whole night you're crying, but you can't forget her, so you even stop trying. You walk that floor and wear out your shoes when you feel your heart break. You're learning the blues, Mr. Captain. The cigarettes you light, one after another, won't help you forget her and the way that you love her. You're on that burning hot torch you can't lose, but you're on the right track for learning the blues. When you're at home alone, the blues will taunt you constantly. When you're out in a crowd, those blues will haunt your memory. The cigarettes you light, one after another, won't help you forget her and the way that you love her. You're on that burning hot torch you can't lose, but you're on the right track for learning the blues.
I have to explain this next number. I'd like to invent musical instruments, and if you were at the workshop today, you got to see the whole thing. But after a folk festival one time, this old guy came up to me and he said, "Boy, you play everything but the kitchen sink, don't ya?" And it got me wondering, why not? And so I started experimenting with different sinks, ceramic sinks and metal sinks, but they were all too heavy, and they weren't really practical for taking to gigs. And then one day I opened up my mailbox and there was the Gander Mountain Camping Supply Catalog. And on page 28 was this beautiful blue plastic camping sink you see behind me. Now, this tune also features the plunger mute. It sort of keeps with the theme of the instrument. And so we would like to send this tune out to the immortal Stan Getz. I guess it's a memory of the immortal Stan Getz. It's kind of a Brazilian thing called The Girl from Ipanema. Sound man, are you ready for this?
This fellow right here is the newest Diamondback Rattler. He's from Gibson, New York, Mr. Ken Van Etten.
Thank you. I have to tell you that last number was very draining.
Sunk the new lows.
You know, folks, the Rattlers have been playing for a long time, and we've enjoyed it. It's been just one fun year after another, and perhaps the best part of it is all the different places you go, people that you meet. And there is one little scenario that happens every once in a while that kind of takes us back. We'll be after a gig and be standing around talking to folks, and out on the periphery, you know, we'll see this one guy kind of wandering around a little bit. He's averting his eyes. He doesn't want to look right at us. He waits until the last people have gone, and he comes up and he says something along the lines of, you know, world famous Diamondback Rattlers, me and the wife and kids have been listening to you guys for a long time, and we really like your music and all, but we gotta ask, why would you go and name your band after no good belly crawling varmint like the Diamondback Rattler? And you know, for a long time we asked the same sort of question ourselves, but we thought that it might help explain things if we told you where that came from. You see, I needed a vacation awfully bad, and me and this young brown dog I had took off for the mountains not so far from here. We hiked above the timberline, climbed up in those eastern pines where the rock was flat and the air was bright and clear. And I got so dazzled that when I turned, I tripped and landed on a rock. And trying to get up, I shook my head, but when I opened my eyes, I was filled with dread, because there in front of me was the biggest snake I ever saw. He towered above us in the morning sun, as the light on his diamondback pattern would run, twist, and turn as he draped himself over a log. 12 foot long from his nose to his rattle, and covered with the scars of a dozen battles with something a whole lot meaner than either me or my dog. And just above his serpent stare, a scaly crown was woven there. I looked at my dog. He looked at me. He whined. I commented. I could see he shared my misgivings about our immediate future. But we lost all thought of future days when that reptile leveled his snaky gaze and began to speak. I am the Diamondback Rattler, name brave and true. Come a mile or two to have a word with you. Would you listen, please? Well, a lesser man would have been driven witless. Me, I was simply scared a great deal to hear a snake converse. I said something insane about always liking snakes, and he gave me that look only a rattler makes, and hissed, I said, listen. He said snakes get a bad rap in these modern times, ever since Satan possessed one of our kind to sell Eve an apple. We get poked and prodded and shot and skinned, and frankly, it's wearing a tad thin. His eyes blazed as he shook his massive rattle. Now, you protect your eagles, you save your whales, I'll tell you, boy, this proud tail is a symbol of everything you ever wanted to be. We're strong, tough. We take care of our own. Put in a day's work, head on home, lie out in the backyard, soak up some sun. Sound familiar? I heard you boys was looking for a name to make your way to the Hall of Fame, and I thought if it was all the same to you, I'd put in a suggestion. He looked at me for a moment or so and then just turned to go. But as he slithered off, I heard, I am the Diamondback Rattler, name brave and true. Come a mile or two to have a word with you. Would you listen, please? Well, the rest of my tale, I guess you know. It has a happy ending as tales go. Me and the dog lived. I raced back to tell the rest of the band, but you can imagine their reaction when I got to the part about the serpentine conversation. Dean said snakes only hiss at best, and Ken said, well, the big ones are all out west, and Roy, well, Roy wanted to know what I had been smoking up there, and had I, by any chance, brought any back with me. But truth or vision, we all agreed that maybe, just maybe, there was a need for a little bit more respect. We are the Diamondback Rattlers, named brave and true. We come a mile or two to pick a tune for you. Would you listen, please? Thank you very much. We are going to do a swing tune here. We didn't do one in the first set. We're Bob Wills fans, and
Covered in all.
this is, are we all on the same page?
No.
No.
Nah, we are.
We are, okay.
We're a team. Are you plugged in, Mark?
I am.
I'm sorry, I couldn't pass up that chance there.
This afternoon I started a break, unplugged. What a break it was. Oh. Nobody heard it.
And it was also turned off.
It was a break for me.
Time changes everything.
1, 2, 3. There was a time when I thought of no other, and we sang our own love refrain. Our hearts beat as one as we had our fun. This time changes everything. When you left me, my whole heart was broken. Our romance, it seemed all in vain. But the dark clouds are gone, and there's blue skies again. This time changes everything. Time has passed and I have forgot you. Mother Nature does wonderful things. I guess it's true for me and for you. This time changes everything. You can change the name of an old song, rearrange it and make it swing. I thought nothing could stop me from loving you, but time changes everything. Good luck to you, and may God bless you. I can't say I won't love again. You've gone your way, and now I go mine. This time changes everything. Time changes everything.
Thank you.
I gotta get that harmonica player. Quit messing with all this stuff.
How do you change a microphone for a harmonica?
I know. I mean, was he standing in a hole over here? What
We've had more requests for this tune than any other tune we've ever played, and it's one that we took from the repertoire of one of the greatest Virginia bands of all time, Howard and Friends. Howard and Friends' sole recording was done at the St. Thomas Church on a May evening in 1970. All 25 tunes are not available anywhere and banned in 13 states. But we have persisted, those of us who are left over from that band, and playing this tune every chance we get. And so I infected the Diamondback Rattlers with it, first opportunity, and of course it took on. It's about a business, the dying business. Funeral directors of Stanton, I'm delighted to be speaking to you this evening, receiving this token of your esteem, the funeral director of the year. Now, I have been asked by the delegates and members of the board to tell you of the funeral that won me my award. It was handled with taste, if not dignity. And that's something you can say for it. And it's going to take the family 40 years to pay for it. It was a hell of a funeral, I say one hell of a funeral, the finest funeral ever booked. I had some high school juniors who passed around petunias and lilies everywhere he looked. It was a hell of a funeral, I say one hell of a funeral, oh how I wish that you were there. We had 10 drum majorettes on the castanets. It really was a lively affair. It was a hell of a funeral, I say one hell of a funeral.
The National Guard showed up for me.
And during the oration, they went into formation and formed the letters R.I.P. It was a hell of a funeral, I said one hell of a funeral. I gave it all my love and care. The band was on its toes playing Mexican Alley Road. Stop crying, I'll come back to you some sunny day.
A tisket, a tasket, tell us about the casket.
Tell you about the casket, my good friends, it'll make your poor eyes pop. Had sterling silver all around, a real Formica top.
Formica top, it had a Formica top.
Tell you about the widow, my good friends. The widow was in navy blue, with a gown designed by Fredericks of Hollywood. I supplied that too.
He sold the widow weeds too.
The first funereal raffle, though I don't much like to boast, I gave away a Chevrolet to the person that cried the most.
He gave away a brand new Chevrolet.
I won it myself. 18 jugglers by the grave to demonstrate their art, and when that was done, I fired a gun to let the hootenanny start.
He fired a gun and the hootenanny begun.
Serving beer and pretzels till the hot pastrami came, and I sold some souvenir hankies with the dear departed's name.
He sold some hankies with the dear departed's name.
As a fitting finale, we had the Rockettes from New York's Music Hall. So as you can see, my very good friends, all in all,
Oh no,
all in all,
oh no,
it was a hell of a funeral. I say it was a hell of a funeral. No other burial could compare. It was all in all deluxe, and I made $40,000. It really was a lively affair.
oh yes it was.
It really was a swinging affair. Thank you very much. The song that persists. We got time for a couple more. So we're going to let Penny show you one more instrument that you really can't live without seeing if you
No,
haven't.
absolutely not. I'm about to, for all those who are bluegrass fans, this is a Bill Monroe number, but you wouldn't know it the way we do it. I'm gonna play a tune on a sewer hose, and this is actually a sump pump hose. For those of you who know what a sump pump is, you go to a hardware store and you ask for a sump pump hose, and you get a thing that's about 30 feet long, and so you have to cut it off. This one's in the key of C, and the longer the hose, the deeper the tone. So it's a very limited instrument. It only plays, it's like a bugle, actually. And so we'll feature the sewer hose on this tune. We're also going to feature the Gibson Yodel. I come from a little town called Gibson, New York, population 500 and about 200 dogs. And there are these people that live up in the woods. We live in the southern Finger Lakes region of New York State. And up in the woods, there are these people called deer herders. And they never go to public school. You don't see them at the supermarket. They're sort of semi-nomadic people. They live up in the woods. And they herd white-tailed deer for a living. And they have this strange, mournful kind of a yodel that calls the deer into the pens at night to keep them safe. So I have to warn you, during this song, one time, this was about 8 years ago, at the Tally Ho restaurant in Kenona, New York, during this song, an 8-point buck came right through the picture window into the dining room. So, I don't know. I think we have fences back here. I'm pretty sure we're safe. Maybe. So here it is, In the Pines. In the Pines. In the pines, where the sun never shines, and we shiver when the cold What have I done that makes you treat me so? You cause me to weep, you cause me to moan, you cause me to leave my home. In the pines, where the sun never shines, and we shiver when the cold wind blows.
I so much had visions of that microphone just going ka-chunk right up. That was scaring me big time.
Well, we have time for one more, so we're going to feature Dean on the fiddle.
Yeah, we are.
And yes, we are. We haven't done that in this set yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. I don't know how that happened. We want to thank everybody for coming out. We want to thank the Oak Grove for inviting us. This has been an absolute fun for us all day long. It's been just great. It's great to come back to the Valley.
I would also like to mention thank you very much to Gary for the absolutely awesome sound.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
You know, I got to hear it on the other side. It was great. And it's great up here. Really, really appreciate it. Very nice.
Well, this is going to feature a banjo player if we can find one. Wait! Oh, here he comes.
I'll be back. Are we playing something?
We are.
Is it my turn? Am I ready?
Diamondback Rattlers!